In a world filled with economic uncertainty, rising inflation, and post-pandemic recovery challenges, one Southeast Asian nation is defying the odds and making global headlines: the Philippines. Often overshadowed by its more prominent Asian neighbors like China, Japan, and South Korea, the Philippines is now emerging as a surprising economic powerhouse. But what exactly is fueling this incredible rise? Why is the Filipino economy booming while others struggle? Let's break it down. A stunning economic turnaround. The Philippines, once categorized among the developing economies of Southeast Asia, is now being hailed as one of the fastest-growing economies in the world in 2025. With an impressive GDP growth rate of over 6.5%, strong consumer demand, a young and skilled labor force, a booming tech sector, and resilient remittances, the country is experiencing a golden moment. According to the Asian Development Bank and World Bank forecasts, the Philippines has not only rebounded strongly from the pandemic but is also outpacing many of its ASEAN neighbors in economic performance. A young and dynamic population. One of the biggest factors behind the Philippine economic surge is its demographics. Over 110 million people live in the Philippines, and more than 60% of them are under the age of 30. This young, energetic, and increasingly educated population gives the country a massive edge in terms of workforce productivity and consumer spending. Young Filipinos are tech-savvy, English-speaking, and globally aware, traits that attract foreign companies looking to outsource services or expand their business. The youthful population also fuels a strong domestic consumption market, with people eager to spend on everything from smartphones to real estate. A young and dynamic population. One of the biggest factors behind the Philippine economic surge is its demographics. Over 110 million people live in the Philippines, and more than 60% of them are under the age of 30. This young, energetic, and increasingly educated population gives the country a massive edge in terms of workforce productivity and consumer spending. Young Filipinos are tech-savvy, English-speaking, and globally aware, traits that attract foreign companies looking to outsource services or expand their business. The youthful population also fuels a strong domestic consumption market, with people eager to spend on everything from smartphones to real estate. Remittances, the lifeline of the economy. Another major driver of the Philippines' economic strength is remittances from Overseas Filipino Workers, OFWs. More than 10 million Filipinos live and work abroad, from the US to the Middle East, Japan, and Europe. These workers send home billions of dollars every year. In 2024 alone, the Philippines received over $38 billion in remittances, one of the highest in the world. This inflow fuels local spending, stabilizes the peso, and supports millions of families in their daily lives. Even during global downturns, remittance flows to the Philippines have remained relatively stable, making them a reliable economic pillar. Digital economy and startup ecosystem. The Philippines is also embracing the digital revolution at an astonishing pace. With over 85 million internet users and growing smartphone penetration, the country is becoming a hotbed for e-commerce, fintech, and digital services. Startups in sectors like digital banking, online education, ride-hailing, and health tech are booming. The success of companies like GCash and PayMaya shows that Filipinos are ready for a cashless future. The Philippine startup ecosystem attracted nearly $2 billion in venture capital in the last 2 years. The government's support for digitalization, including the creation of a Department of Information and Communications Technology, is helping bridge the tech gap between urban and rural areas. Infrastructure investments and build. The Philippine government, under its ambitious Build program, continued from the Duterte era into the Marcos Jr. administration, has massively ramped up infrastructure spending. Roads, bridges, airports, seaports, and even digital infrastructure have seen significant improvements. The Metro Manila Subway, North-South Commuter Railway, and the Mindanao Railway project are reshaping transport and logistics. The World Bank notes that improved infrastructure not only boosts productivity but also attracts foreign direct investment, FDI. In 2025, infrastructure spending in the Philippines represents about 5.3% of GDP, among the highest in Asia. Low inflation and currency stability. Unlike many countries battling high inflation in 2025, the Philippines has managed to keep its inflation rate under 4%, thanks to strong agricultural reforms, energy diversification, and careful monetary policies by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, BSP. The Philippine peso has remained stable against the US dollar, and investor confidence is rising. This currency stability has encouraged foreign investment and protected domestic purchasing power. Strong government reforms and investor confidence. The Philippines has significantly improved its ease of doing business score by streamlining permits, digitizing systems, and cracking down on red tape and corruption. Foreign investment laws have also been liberalized. For example, Number 1 foreigners can now own 100% of companies in select industries and Number 2 corporate tax rates have been reduced and Number 3 investment in renewable energy and tech sectors is incentivized. Because these reforms are making the Philippines an attractive destination for investors in manufacturing, agriculture, and digital services. A rising tiger of Asia. So, is the Philippines really the fastest growing economy in the world right now? If you look at the numbers, the answer might be yes. With GDP growth projected above 6.5%, a strong digital economy, massive infrastructure development, and powerful remittance flows, the Philippines is definitely setting an example for other emerging economies. It's not just about growth, it's inclusive, resilient, and sustainable growth. While there are still challenges like poverty, inequality, and climate vulnerability, the country is heading in the right direction. The Philippines is not just catching up, it's leaping forward.